Hello, my fellow NEETs. I'm Elisa. So today, with the grand purchase of 100-something NEET bucks, God, I really need a job. We got Copic markers. So I saw these markers online and I really thought they were cool. As you can see here, they got a powerful red, a powerful blue, a powerful yellow, and then they got all the colors on the rainbow. These are the 36 set of Copic markers from Japan. As you can see the weeb writing on it. So today's challenge is to draw 2 sketches with marker only. The first sketch I'm gonna make is gonna be a ball to see how to shade with these markers. And then the next one is to draw the most powerful artwork in the world. For this, I've watched a couple tutorials, so at this point, I'm basically a pro. These markers are for professionals only. Do not try anything you see here at home. I'm warning you, the markers look very tasty, but they are not. This is a technique I learned from some YouTube tutorials. The underlayer should be a light wash of colors. This technique is called light wash. Putting an underlayer to your marker drawings, or just painting in general, it prevents you from having white spots in your painting after you're finished, and also it brings out the colors later, because then they end up blending a little bit with the blues or the color that you use as an underlayer. This is another secret technique I seem to have found by accident. I call it cross-hatching. Cross-hatching with marker makes the colors come out with a more even tone. Instead of having blotchy spots like the pale white with the colors, you get a more even blue tone. I think that's the first layer done. Now I need to move on to the shading. The shading is broken down into 5 parts: the highlight, the mid-tone, the core shadow, the cast shadow, and the reflective light. Since I made a wash, I already have the half-tone down. Now I'm gonna make the core shadow and try to blend it in. These markers are kind of difficult to blend though, to be honest. Maybe I have to layer them more for it to be a smoother blend, but I'm not really sure. Clearly the most powerful artists still need more training. I'm gonna try to use this lighter color to see if I can blend it better, but I'm not sure if it's really working. It's not coming out as smooth as I would like it to. Now I'm gonna make the darkest part of the core shadow. Because I made the other layers first, I can just add a darker color and it should pop out a lot more. The markers aren't really getting the results I want so far, so I'm just gonna keep layering them and see what happens. This is gonna take a while. Now I'm gonna try to add the cast shadow of the sphere and we should be done. Nothing but a little blending couldn't help. This is my first drawing here. As you can see, clearly, I'm a genius. I don't really know fully how well I did. I'm not a pro with Copic markers, but I think it turned out pretty well and I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, next challenge. Now for challenge number 2. I'm gonna draw the most powerful thing I know. It's Pikachu. I'm gonna start off with underlaying with this rose color marker I have. I'm gonna start with an outline and then I'm gonna fill it in. Believe it or not, despite this Pikachu's cute and chubby appearance, he's actually much older than me. He's been with me throughout my life, through all the good times and all the bad times. I have a heartwarming story on how I got the plushie actually. When I was a really young child, I had a family friend. I used to go to her house often. We played together a lot in the basement. For a while we were best friends. I found the Pikachu plushie in the basement and really liked it. Since I was about to move away soon, she let me have it as a parting gift. She explained to me that her older sister had moved away for university and that's all that remains of her old stuff. She said that some of the stuff reminded her of her older sister, and sometimes it makes her miss her, since that's all that remains after she's left. Well, now it looks like I finished laying down my main colors. From here I'm going to start layering the background. I'm going to use the blue as an underlayer and then start to layer on darker colors. Once again, I'm going to add the darkest parts of the shadows with the darker colors. Now I'm going to start to add the darkest colors of the artwork, the blacks and the very dark grays. A continuation from the story from earlier. I since haven't really been in contact with that family friend for a long time. As I had to move often throughout my life, I ended up losing a lot of friends along the way. I learned to move on with it, but it still doesn't change the fact that it still sucks to lose contact with someone you've been friends with for so long. Since COVID, the world I once knew seemed to have moved away from me. Seeing the only things that remains from those days, like my Pikachu plushie, makes me miss the times where I had friends to be around. Being on YouTube at least, I've started to learn that there's many people out there who are just like me, who relate to me on a personal level. Even though I don't have many people in my life, it's nice to feel like I'm not alone in the way I feel. I think being able to help people who are lonely like me not feel so alone, even if it's just for a little bit, is what makes me keep coming back. I think that choosing not to play the game and living for the people that are closest to you is what it truly means to live like a NEET. Even if I had a job, I'd still be a NEET at heart. And really, that's all that matters in the end, right? The ink's bleeding. Wait, why is it bleeding? No, why did I have to mess up at the eye? It's okay, I think it's still salvageable at least. Just like always, we move on and we move forward. Now I'm just gonna add the dark background.
Since it's a controlled item, I'm sure you want to keep an eye on them, see how they're going.
I think in the end, as you can see with this Pikachu, even though the eye's a little bit messed up, I think it turned out pretty well. Regardless of that, I think it is definitely an extremely powerful artwork. I give this an 8 on the power scale. Now that I've finally completed the challenge, I'm gonna go contemplate life now. Bye!
This could mean not only the end of our own civilization, but the very possibility of any future civilization.